I'll list some traits in a woman that make her unsuitable for building a long-term relationship. And if you notice them, I suggest you think carefully about whether you really want someone like that as your future wife or girlfriend. The first sign is a woman who believes everyone owes her something. First, she thought her parents owed her everything during childhood, and then, once she gets married, it's you who's in her debt. Be cautious of a woman who often says the word "you must" in your direction. It doesn't matter what context it's in, this is a red flag. Otherwise, you'll find yourself in a real hell. You'll keep owing her more and more, and it'll weigh down on you like a snowball rolling downhill. The second type is a woman who considers herself superior to others. You might notice her behaving rudely to a waiter, for example, calling him something like a pathetic loser. Or maybe she'll look down on a street cleaner with disdain, as if she were some kind of goddess. Walk away from a girl like that. This is a rotten person who, if you ever show weakness, will dump all that same filth on you and leave for someone else. Someone stronger, someone with higher status. She won't tolerate you. The third type of woman. Pay attention to her family. This is very important. Usually, a girl is a copy of her mother. Not always, but in 90% of cases, she's an exact replica. And if you see that your potential mother-in-law is an unstable or inappropriate woman, take a closer look at your chosen one. If you notice similar behavior in her, think twice. Another important factor is, are her parents still together or not? For example, if her mother is divorced from her father, or if there's a stepfather in the picture and the mother changes men like gloves, then the same may happen to you. Not always, but in 80% of cases, you'll face the same fate. That's because this woman didn't grow up with a healthy example of family life. She'll believe that constantly switching partners is normal. And one day, when the emotions fade, and we all know emotions always fade, she'll replace you too. Now let's say you're lucky, and her family is solid, her biological mom and dad are still together. Then you should observe her father closely. You need to see that in this family, the father is the leader and the dominant one. His word is law. When he says something, that's how it's going to be. Even better if he slams his fist on the table and says, "That's final." But if her father is a pushover, someone who's controlled by his wife, then your girlfriend will think that's how things should be. In her mind, it's normal for a man to be under the heel of a woman. Eventually, that's what you'll be forced to tolerate. And over time, she'll lose interest in you because a woman doesn't see a submissive man as a strong alpha male. Being under the heel isn't normal. It goes against nature. The fourth type of woman you shouldn't get into a relationship with is a dominant woman. This is a very dangerous type, and most likely, at some point she loved an alpha male who broke her heart. Now she doesn't trust men and refuses to yield to them. She always tries to control the relationship, and usually, she'll never hand over that control to you. If she's constantly steering the relationship, she'll automatically lose interest in you as a man. It's not natural for a woman to control the relationship, and dominant women rarely fall in love. The fifth type of woman to avoid is a divorced woman, especially one with a child. I won't dwell on this too much because I'm sure many of you already know why it's not worth it. First, she's someone who already broke up a family. Second, she'll never truly love you with her whole heart again. Third, her child will always come first at best. You'll be somewhere around 20th place. Fourth, you'll be treated primarily as a financial resource. And fifth, this woman has extensive experience in family life and manipulating men. The sixth type of woman to avoid is the one who badmouths her exes. Most likely, her ex was a decent guy. And trust me, sooner or later, you'll find yourself in the same position, with her telling someone else the same nasty things about you. The seventh type of woman I don't recommend getting into a relationship with is one who has had many sexual partners and you found out about it. Most likely, she enjoys that kind of lifestyle, and that's simply the kind of person she is. Believe me, once your emotional connection starts to fade, she'll likely return to her usual ways. People generally don't change. The eighth type of woman to avoid is someone who is married or already has a man in her life. If you manage to steal her away, it only means that for the moment you seem better in her eyes. But once her emotions settle down, there's no guarantee someone else won't seem better than you. She'll leave you just as easily as she left the previous guy. That's all there is to it. Don't think you're special. You're not. She'll keep jumping from man to man in search of the best. And it's not even about whether that next guy is actually better than you. She might perceive him as better, and that's enough for her to move on. The ninth type of woman to avoid getting involved with is one who's in a rebound relationship. That means she's only recently ended a relationship with someone else, and now she's starting something with you. She'll constantly be thinking about her ex, and will often use you to provoke jealousy in him. She won't love you the same way she loved him because right now she's still emotionally attached to another man. The 10th type of woman I don't recommend building a relationship with is the one who constantly focuses on what you can offer her in exchange for her love. This shows that she's more concerned with the perks or benefits you're obligated to provide. She's not attracted to your personality or who you are as a person. Over time, her demands will only increase. And if, for whatever reason, you stop giving her those benefits, she'll leave you easily and without hesitation. The 11th type of woman is the kind who isn't willing to put her man first in her life. Sometimes she might even outright tell you that her girlfriends are more important to her. In the end, you won't have any real value in her eyes, and she won't listen to you or consider your opinion. She'll only listen to her friends. The 12th type of woman is one who is easily influenced by the opinions of others. Some women have friends who dictate how they should live and how to build their relationships, especially if those friends are unhappy in their own marriages. They'll fill her head with all kinds of advice, often on purpose, just to sabotage your relationship. Why? So they can all sit around drinking, complaining, and saying how awful men are. No, you have to remember that she should listen only to you and no one else. Not even her mother, who might also give advice about your relationship. Of course, it's her mother, and she loves her. But when it comes to your relationship, your opinion and your word should come first. The 13th type of woman to avoid is one who isn't willing to invest in the relationship but only wants to receive. Remember, if that's the case, she doesn't love you. She's just comfortable with you. I hope this video helps you to make the right decision. See you in the next video.